18 states confirmed. China and Iran have threatened the U.S. that they already have troops on our soil and will strike at any time. Um, the federal judge issuing a gag order for Donald Trump in the case of the classified documents. And so much other stuff going on. Training for urban combat for Taiwan. Russia just took another part of Ukraine. There's a lot going on, so I figure we'll jump right into it. That's what's going on. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Mainly, we're going to try to come up with some kind of reasonable theory of why all this is happening, because I don't care who you are. I've been around 40 years in this world, and I've never seen U.S. troops deployed on our soil with this much of a threat of another country coming and attacking us. And it just lines up. It just lines up. So I want to just talk about some stuff and try to get it out there. Hear your opinions. Hear what you guys have to say about this, because I have been getting phone calls, emails, back chat, texting through weird apps and all this stuff. And I got all this information in my head about all this crazy stuff that's going on. And I watched a video today of the military moving through Hagerstown, Maryland. It was absolutely amazing, mind-blowing that it's going through that town specifically, because we were there. We spent so much time there. But yeah, there is a lot going on in the world, and there is a lot to talk about. So I don't know. With that, you can say hi to Jen. I see she's got all the attention.
Hi guys.
Christ.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, so I just wanted to touch on those things. This is what we're getting into. Everything I've been talking about, everything I'm saying, prep for, all that. Strikers in the room. All right, you want to say hi to everybody? Because I see all these names flying around already, and it's amazing. Thank you guys for all coming back and hanging out.
Hey guys. Striker.
Sun Honey, Kim Yo, Daniel, Casey.
Yep.
All you
Me,
B,
Linda,
Lucky
B,
Me, Linda. Charles
Wendy.
Rollins in the room.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Charles.
Wendy, Jersey Dolphins. You finally got a notification. Awesome. Yeah, I've been fighting with YouTube about being shadow banned. They don't like litigation, apparently. I don't know. Every time you bring that up, they just kind of, you know. So maybe we could figure that out, how we can get actual free speech on YouTube, right? That would be nice. Free speech on YouTube, like Twitter has, right?
Hey, Denise.
Hi, Carol. What's going on, Vicky?
Hi, Vicky.
Sun Honey in the house. Yeah, I reached out to a bunch of other people today, too, like Sun Honey and some others, just to, you know, get the word out about what's going on. I got, you know, we were talking in other channels too about, you know, a news article where the IRS agent used, I guess, some fake stuff to coerce people to giving up their information, like the dirty tricks that the alphabet boys use, you know, things like that. We need to start talking about this stuff. It's getting a little crazy, I know. Pirate Petey, if you try to look it up on YouTube, I was very afraid to put this in my title of my video, but it's a test. I just want to test to see if they're going to actually shadow ban it, or if they're going to give me a strike or anything like that. I'm going to tell you guys everything I've seen personally on other articles. I'll give you resources here, like the one I just talked about with the IRS agent. It's on the Daily Mail. dailymail.co.uk if you want to check that. There's some other stuff we're going to get into. I'll give you guys receipts and you know, resources to where you can look this up yourself further. But I just want to bring up some important things, all right? How things have been lining up. They're attacking Trump. Trump's like, listen, man, this is a show. At some point, we have to start looking at it like, why are they trying to go after this guy so hard?
Hey, Ghostface.
They just came out yesterday and said, or yesterday or the day before, that Biden was absolutely involved with coercion with Ukraine and all these other countries and companies. And there's so much other stuff going on behind the scenes. So I think there's a lot of distractions getting thrown around. This military thing, I don't think is a distraction at all whatsoever. I'm pretty sure that it is a real thing, and they're trying not to alarm the public and put fear into the public, because as soon as the public hears that there's going to be a war on our soil, or a possibility of it, or an EMP attack or anything, the people in the United States are going to go absolutely batshit crazy. There's going to be rioting on the streets. Why not, right? Another reason to riot and flip cars and defund the police and all that. So There's going to be a whole nother rigmarole of this shit. So we really have to keep our eyes open and our ears open and really see things for what they are. I'm encouraging every one of you guys to go and interact and live stream what the military's doing in these areas. If you're in the areas in California, Los Angeles, Ohio, there's 18 different states. 18 states that currently have exercises going on. Meanwhile, the DoD, the Department of Defense, ordered exercises in urban transport and possible combat in preparation for possible war on home soil. So that has not been talked about since the Battle of Wounded Knee, which happened in 1890. And that was actually after the Civil War, which ended in 1865. So we haven't had any of this since 1890, a war on our soil. And the Battle of Wounded Knee was with the Sioux Indians. It was like a tribe of Sioux Indians that were holding their ground. And that's the last war that we were actually in on U.S. soil. And you're talking about now 200 years later, almost 150 years later, whatever it is. And now we're going to be doing this again. I thought this is, the land of opportunity. Nobody messes with big bad U.S. Is it that we poked our nose in too many people's asses and we tried to start spreading our Western civilization to the rest of the world? What is the reason? Why is it that everyone hates us? I don't go out and pick on Russians. I don't go pick on Chinese people. I don't pick on Indian people. I don't pick on anybody. So why are we wrapped up in it? Why are the citizens of the United States wrapped up with the United States' war? We didn't ask for this. We didn't say go anywhere. I didn't vote for a war in Afghanistan. I didn't vote for a war in Ukraine because that's what we are in. We are in a war in Ukraine. We're using Ukrainian soldiers and our weaponry to fight a war against Russia, to hold them back. Why? Because Ukraine has shit over the United States. Probably Biden specifically. These are things that are coming out, man. It's all coming out. Everything that I've been fucking saying for 2 years over here has been real. It's real. It's not the crazy shit, not conspiracy theories. I've been saying this. Go watch my earlier videos. I was talking about how eventually one day the military is going to land in your fucking backyard, and then what are you going to do? Then it's too late. You didn't organize. You didn't prep. You didn't get ready. Where are you going? You're going to sit there and be under martial law? Do you want to be ruled under somebody's thumb? And these are real concepts that we need to start thinking about as Americans. Like, this is no bullshit. Like, they're in your backyards now, training. We have tens of billion dollar, $100 billion military facilities that are fucking 30, 40 stories underground that can provide any scenario whatsoever for what these guys got to train in. And you're telling me you got to get dropped off in the backyard for some PR shots? Like, that's really what you're here for? I don't believe it. I think the UN is getting ready to move on one of these countries, either Taiwan. They're going to help Taiwan against China. They're going to help Iran. They're going to go against Iran, or they're going to go against Russia. And one of those three is going to start a war over here. And China and Iran have already said, we have people in your country ready to fight already. All we have to do is just call them up and say, hey, let's do it. Go ahead. Go fight. Go start murking people. Go just start this crazy shit. And that's all they have to do. And these people will do it. They're the soldiers. And they're over here going to their 9 to 5 every day at the gas station or at Dunkin' Donuts or at the HVAC place or whatever it is. And they play nice and they do what they got to do. And they're part of a military organization. And you have no fucking clue. And you guys wouldn't know and wouldn't suspect it. But you tell that guy to go shoot a whole bunch of people, he's going to do it. So I'm just saying. So that stuff is. I have a guy that is very well connected within the brotherhoods of freedom fighters, and that claim of what I just said was straight from him. Now there are a lot of other things going on, as we know. I've been watching the developments with Taiwan and the Taiwan Strait there in China, and the South China Sea, man, is like a huge economic fishing area, and they're battling over this not just recently, for a long time. And the U.S., I guess, has gotten themselves involved because we want to make sure Taiwan keeps making cheap shit for us. So that's basically why we're getting involved. It's all money. All this is money, money, money. That's all it is. It's all about money and control and who can shut who up and who's the boss. And my dick is bigger. And they're playing with our lives, and they're playing with our kids' lives that are in the military, and our fathers and mothers and daughters. And, like, this is no joke anymore. I'm not saying panic. I'm not saying go crazy. Don't. Everybody chill the fuck out. I'm allowed to yell because I'm the one telling you the news here. But I'm just saying, like, it is something to be alarmed about, okay? I've been around for 40 years in this world, and I've never seen the military deploy in the urban neighborhoods like this with ospreys. All right? With ospreys. That, if you don't know what an osprey is, it is that picture on the title of the video. Right there. That is a very, very huge, expensive piece of equipment that's made to drop off soldiers, equipment, resources, anywhere very quickly and get out of there. All right? So that can drop off enough stuff for these troops for months. Okay? And things like that. Then we got... These are all off the videos of people in LA and everywhere. There's train loads of armored vehicles and things like that being transported across the country. You have M1 Abrams tanks on the road. Okay, now you got to remember something. The United States isn't built. It isn't built around war, so we're not used to dealing with M1 Abrams tanks. And M1 Abrams is absolutely heavy as shit. And these shitty roads that we have already with potholes in them that can't hold up to, like, you know, anything, they're going to drive these M1s down the road and leave a fucking crater, you know, like this in the road. And I don't know why they would do that on purpose unless it was actually for something. Why destroy the infrastructure with your heavy equipment and your bullshit if it's not for something? I was in the military. They don't just spend money and do shit for no reason. Well, they do. But there has to be some kind of purpose. And the purpose here would be, in my mind, either UN starting shit with a country and has to back it up.
Hey, Jerry.
And prove to another country, like, we can mobilize and have troops on the ground anywhere in this amount of time. Watch. Bam, they do it, right? 18 different states. Bam, they drop them on the ground. They prove it. You don't have to. We shouldn't have to, right? Because we're big bad U.S., right? We can mess with anybody we want. We can go poking around in other countries and tell them how to live. Oh, wait, you can't? You're not supposed to do that? What? That's what they've been telling us for my whole life, that we can do whatever because we're United States. So I'm saying bullshit. I don't think they're here for training. I think they're mobilizing not to come grab your guns. It's not to get you prepared for an alien invasion. I don't think it's any of that crazy conspiracy shit. I'm not promoting any of that. All I'm trying to say is that it is for a purpose. It's either a psyop to another country, like, look how fast we operate. But, I mean, we're bringing it all home. All right, Stryker, I feel you. I feel you. I heard that, too. Now we're bringing all of our equipment back to our country. And for a good reason, because we're probably going to need it. There is only so many times you could flip a quarter. Where's my quarter? I don't have a quarter as an example. Yes, I do. All right, you can flip a quarter 100 times, okay? It can land on tails. That's heads. I already proved myself wrong. All right, so you can flip a quarter 100 times, it'll land on heads, okay? It's going to be one time that it lands on tails. So that one time is happening right now. That one time in history where 200 years after we shed blood on our soil, we may have to do this again. And it's not going to be just for against China and Iran and Russia. Okay, it's not going to just be against them. Our country is imploding. It's turning on itself. Our people are turning on themselves. So it's going to not only be just a war with that. People are going to take advantage of this situation because they're opportunists in this country, and they don't care. They don't care about anybody else's safety. They want to progress themselves and their family, and that's all they give a shit about. And that's our bubble that we live in now in the United States, and it's bullshit. I don't agree with it. I'm old school. But there's no way to change it. We got to deal with what we have right now. And I think the biggest wake-up call is going to be a bomb hitting somebody's neighborhood and being like, why is this happening to us? It's because you sat home and you felt entitled to call yourself what you want and to start an argument about it and not deal with the important situations and the important issues going on in this country. And you guys want to sit around the fucking dinner table and argue about a goddamn TikTok video you've seen. And when you're not talking about actual sophisticated educational things at the table anymore. You're not even sitting at the table anymore. You're sending your kid to the room with a bag of Doritos and a Mountain Dew and calling it fucking dinner because you're lazy. And laziness has gotten Americans to where we are right now. Complacency and obedience. And now it's easier to just listen and do what the fuck they say so you can get along. Right? It's the patriots out here. It's the real red-blooded Americans who go to work and they bust their ass 9 to 5, and then they go to another fucking job because they got to be able to afford to feed their families. Those guys, those women, those people out there, those are the fucking people that keep this country going. All you little assholes who are sitting behind a screen, typing your little bullshit, starting trouble all over the world, good for you. You get your little clap from me. That's all you get. You don't get protection. You don't get help. You don't get nothing when all this stuff implodes on you. When you don't get your resources from the government anymore, and you're not handing out free checks of money, right? When they're not doing this shit no more, you're not getting help from me. I'm not helping you. If you were on the other side wearing a black mask, rocking Antifa, fuck yourself. That's where I'm at in life right now. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for the other side. The other side can do whatever the hell they want. Let's start focusing on what we're going to do. What the patriots of this country are going to do. Let's start focusing on what we can do to better it. Instead of sitting here bitching about it, right? Let's focus on what we could do. Come together. You don't like what's going on? You got something to say about it? Where the fuck are the protests? Where are the thousands of people on the street? Does somebody have to die for that to happen? Do we need a George Floyd on our side? Is that what we're going for? We need a dead body to fucking all get all pissed off about? Right? Is that what we're going for? It's not big enough that there's parachutes falling from the sky landing in your backyard in the suburbs. That hasn't worked out yet. We're not thinking about this shit. Wake the fuck up. For real. How many times are we going to hear just sit there and take it? Sit there and take it. Sit there and take it. When's enough enough? They're slamming the only guy who fucking got us further in the last, 10, 15 years. He progressed this country. He had absolutely awesome relations with international other countries. And you're telling me we're going to prosecute this guy and crucify him. I'm not even a huge Trump supporter. I'm not like a huge MAGA guy. But he did more for this country than Sleepy Joe. At least he knows where to fucking stand on a podium. He doesn't need a bunch of Marines to pick him off the fucking floor. Trump can walk up a set of steps, not use it as a slip and slide. Yeah, I'm telling you, son, honey, what I'm saying, I might as well be at this point. Because I know everybody hates me on that side. I know all the alphabet boys. They want a fucking piece of this. Cool, man. I'm good. Maybe that's what needs to happen. We need somebody to stand in front of a fucking M1 tank and tell them you're not going to go anywhere. Remember our Vietnam protesters in the 60s? Do you guys ever see footage of how things actually got fucking done? They didn't destroy shit. They didn't have to do none of that. They just sat in the fucking road. Don't move. There's so many other things we can think of, guys. I mean, that's peaceful. I think we're past this. We're past the peaceful. We tried nice. We were in Hagerstown. Please, oh please, talk to us, Congress. Let us have a meeting. Oh please, oh overlords, please. Please, oh no cameras? Oh, you won't do it with cameras? Oh, okay, we'll talk to you. What? Why does it have to be like that? We have a right, our First Amendment right is to address them for a redress of grievances. So why are we not allowed to say this and have everyone hear it? I'm just wondering. Now, no one's in D.C. Nobody even works in there anymore, man. You guys saw us when we were in D.C. There was no one coming in and out of those buildings. Those federal buildings that everybody's supposed to be working in, tracking down how many taxes you owe and how many guns you own, what kind of prescription pills you take, what's your kid's first name. All those things that are absolutely necessary for the government to know. We gave them that power. By being complacent and obedient, we gave them the power. So now they own us. They own us. We are the slaves to the system. You guys wake up every day and you're worried about paying your fucking taxes or you're going to go to jail. Why should you worry about that? Why should you have to worry about that? What the fuck are they doing with your taxes? They just sent $111 billion to Ukraine to fund a war that no one here asked for. No one said nothing. I never raised my hand and voted, yeah, you know what? We're going to vote for this guy and that guy in the Congress and this guy in the Senate. And yeah, let's vote for a war in Ukraine. Did anybody else do that? You guys all vote for something in Ukraine? Did you vote for Afghanistan or Iraq or Benghazi or anything? Did you guys all vote on that? Shouldn't we be a part of this since we're the bodies that die when the bombs start dropping? Shouldn't we be a part of that decision? I'm just asking. It's a simple question, man. It's common sense. Yeah. If you don't want it, why are we having it? Why are we dealing with it?
A lot of people are probably working remotely. That's true.
Well, I'm telling you right now, man, they need to get their ass in the office and start pushing that paperwork out. Let's get back because
Nobody
they're using
wants
COVID.
to go back.
They're using COVID as an excuse. Oh, we're 2 years behind because of COVID. That's your fucking fault. And now everybody's backtracking, right? Hold on, rewind. Well, maybe the vax can do something. Johnson & Johnson came out. FDA said nope. Right? These are facts. This is all available to everybody if you guys Google it. So, if that's all real, then what else that we've been saying is real? What else is real? When are people going to start opening their eyes and being like, maybe we should start doing some research? Hey, Google, how many people died in this thing, right? So you got to start doing your own research. Don't believe me. Don't believe the mainstream media for a second. They're all fucking programmed. They all work together. I was around them enough to know how they operate. It's the same fucking script. You guys know. You guys watch it. You guys watch it. You guys seen it. I don't. I don't watch mainstream media. I get all of my information from like overseas news. Like I watch other shit and how they depict what's going on in America. And we look like fools. We are the laughing stock of the world right now because we have an idiot running our country and he represents us. That man, that moron, that skin sack of shit, that dude that stands up there that calls himself Joe Biden, that piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, Biden. I really hope you see this. I really do. Fuck you. You fucked the entire country up. The entire country. So I'm not scared to say it. Go fuck yourself. He's not my president. If he said right now all the civilians got to come to arms and fight for him, go fuck yourself. I'm going to protect my family, my people out here, protect them, but he would be the last in the line. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. So, we need somebody in office who's got some balls, who's going to go out there and be able to make a speech without having to read off a goddamn teleprompter wrong anyway. I don't know who the hell, who's somebody in the room? Who's all in here? What's up, guys? I see everybody popping in and out. I love you guys. I'm sorry I'm not really talking to the chat yet. I'm like riled up because I've been sitting on a lot of stuff, man. I've been working, haven't been able to get in here.
Is Appalachian Flute in here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he? Hey, Chris.
Right there.
Oh, hey, Chris.
What's up, buddy? I think he's on the trail. That's where I would love to be right
Debbie,
now.
niece.
So back to this stuff, all right. So I was at the Trump indictment in New York. I couldn't get to Mar-a-Lago. I had too much work going on up here at the time. And my son's graduation was the same day he made the after speech from Mar-a-Lago at Bedminster. I was supposed to be there. I could have probably been there. Today, I just saw a back video of Trump. He was eating dinner. My friend actually is serving him tonight. So I do have an awesome friend that's up at Bedminster, and we get to go golfing. Or not golfing. We could have probably went golfing.
Fishing.
I think we could have went golfing, but we went fishing. We got to fish ponds on the golf course. Awesome. And that's where I'm at, man. Like, listen, you guys can say what you want about the man, but Biden never invited me to his house to go fishing. So, as far as I'm concerned, Trump's got my vote. 24, man. We got to do something. I mean, what's the alternative? We get this again for another couple years? I can't do it.
Oh, we got to see his goats.
Yeah, we got to see Trump's goats.
See Trump's goats.
We got a lot of little behind the scenes things, which is really cool. We got a tour of like the house that was originally DeLorean, John DeLorean. Oh, Queenie's in the room. Thank you, Queenie,
Hey,
so much for that super chat. We love you. Queenie, I talked to Queenie earlier this week. And the reason I came out and did something, Queenie, is because no one's talking about it. I can't find shit on YouTube about any of this. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's, allowing it on YouTube, I guess. I'm probably going to catch a strike from it somehow. So, hey, it is what it is, man. The news has to get out. The facts have to get out. They are in 18 different cities right now, the United States military, and they are performing exercises, okay? One of their exercises is to get along with the civilian population. So they're trying to get the military to mix with the civilian population like they did in Afghanistan, where they went into neighborhoods and, hey, we're the army. We're going to be out here training. Don't be alarmed. Hang in there.
Thank you, Charles.
If you have any problems, come to us. I'm the first lieutenant. I'll be in charge. That's what they're going to do. But why are they embedding themselves in these neighborhoods?
Same to you, Charles.
Like,
Happy Father's Day.
Are the neighborhoods, are these places targets? Is there something in that neighborhood that's of importance to other countries? Are there things and facts that we don't know about? Probably, because we'll never find shit out until 30 years later. Just like all of our conspiracies about, UFOs and what was going on in Roswell and all that. Conspiracy theorists. Now they're like, well, the facts are the United States government's got these pictures and videos for the last 40 years about all this crap going on. We know already. The smarter ones of us, we know the shit is real. We believe it in our hearts. Like, we know that it's ignorant to think that out of all these star systems and solar systems and how big the universe is, it's ignorant to think that we're alone out here. There has to be some other thing. There has to be other entities or life or whatever somewhere else. It's just an improbability, number-wise, for us to be the only thing in the universe. So if there is something out there, that's cool. If not, that's all right too. That's cool too. That we're the best thing in the universe. So we're really fucking it up. If we're what something else watches 100 years from now, we look like fools. Everybody in the entire human civilization, we all look like fools for allowing these things to happen, for allowing ourselves to purge ourselves, whether it be the air quality or the water or the poison that they're delivering to us in our foods or whatever it is that you believe in. We're allowing it to happen because not enough of us speak up about it. So if enough of us speak up about it and our countries come together and show that it's just the leaders and the big companies that have a problem with each other, the rest of the population of the world can get along. If we got rid of these big elites and these scumbags who control all the countries, if we got rid of these assholes, right, the rest of us could get along. If there wasn't an asshole there to fight about, that particular asshole, right or wrong, there's two sides, right? And then there's the middle who doesn't give a shit. But if that asshole wasn't there to fight over, wouldn't be fighting, right? We could say, hey, believe in your gods, your God, your whatever. Believe in whatever you want, be whatever color you want, call yourself whatever you want. That's cool. Let's move it on. It's only when someone says it's wrong or there's a rule about it or something else comes into play. Why don't we just move on? It was said, all right, sorries are done. That's it, move on. There's no need to be stuck on it for 10 years. There's no need to prosecute somebody for 15 years with no evidence. So, you guys are fun.
I'm the alien leader?
Yes.
Cool.
I do have alien aspect things going on. Alright, so how is everybody? B's on it. I love you, B. How's everybody doing otherwise? It's been a while since we actually got to be on live. We've been so busy. There are things in the back that are amazingly going on, right? That we really can't talk about until they're over with, but there are some amazing news. Me and Jen are going to drop hopefully soon. That'd be awesome if it was soon. Then there's other really good news that we're working on that we're trying to get done. We've been spending a lot of time with Joey, working a lot, and we got the camper to like full capacity. Everything works great. The tanks are holding, the plumbing holds. Got the shower working, replaced the microwave.
Spending a lot of time with friends.
Man, we're hanging out with friends. A lot of awesome stuff has been happening. So we've just been taking a break from YouTube and enjoying what we're actually going through. We don't have to pull the camera up all the time and show everything that's going on all the time. That gets a little invasive in your life, and it just becomes too much. And we had to learn how to take a break. So that's what we did. Took a break, made some money, hung out with the family, went on a couple little, personal trips. Just got back from PA. You guys saw my little short of us throwing axes and stuff. Father's Day, and happy Father's Day, belated to everybody.
That's what they were saying to you.
I appreciate it. Every day I see my son is Father's Day for me, so it's really not a special day. It's a Hallmark holiday, If you love your kids and you raise your kids and you try to do the best thing you can for them, not just give them a paycheck and okay, I'll see you next weekend.
It's about to appreciate the person that took care of the kid and give them a day to have to themselves and to pamper themselves, and that's really what it comes down to, especially Mother's Day.
Well, Mom's Day, yeah, I guess that's cool.
Yeah. Queenie.
Queenie, yeah, well, hopefully, everything happens for a reason, that's all I can say. But yes, absolutely to that question. But cheers to you guys, and yeah, there's so much more going on though. So how do we open this? Can you do that again?
Can you give me that?
How do you do that? This. Mm-hmm. So there's so much more to dive into. I just wanted to take a break real quick and say hi to everybody and make sure you guys were there, still hanging in there. We're gonna get into Burisma. Remember Burisma? He's cracking. And all the secrets are coming out about Biden now and how his family was involved with a bunch of stuff. And they could say what they want and call this whatever they want. But the facts are coming out. And I'll use videos like this to make sure we win civil rights lawsuits when this is all said and done. And they violated our First Amendment right for the last couple of years and shadow banned us and shut us down and shut us up. It's time that everyone does something about that. We should all do something about that. Because...
Hey, Jerry.
You never know who's going to come into money and have enough money to hire the best civil rights lawsuit lawyer that you can buy and then have him go after a huge company like YouTube. And if enough people do it in a class action lawsuit, we could make a change.
Bye, Striker. Love you too. Big hugs.
Just throwing it out there, guys. If you guys have been violated on YouTube and you're tired of it, that is an option. That's going to be an option soon, possibly. Let's see. No, Son Honey, it's not. Son Honey, free speech is not free. We end up having to pay for it somehow. Trust me. I know a guy that was just down at a mega church.
You and Mike too. Tell Mike Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, we got to meet up when shit hits the fan. Make sure you guys have a Faraday box so you can wrap all your shit in case of an EMP. I'm just saying these are all possibilities of things that could happen.
That's okay, Lynn.
You could have an airburst explosion and have an EMP, and then all of a sudden everybody's shit gets knocked out. So let's put this in tinfoil, literally. Like you wrap this in tinfoil, and it could help protect your electronics, man. You make sure you have your radios in something. But these are all really real concerns. Thank you, Grant. I appreciate it. And it doesn't matter what anybody is. If you're a liberal, a Republican, a Democrat, I don't care what anybody is anymore, man. I've really been trying to preach this like come together thing, and then a lot of people got involved and started making it to where I got diverted. So we're going to go back on course. Everyone needs to come together. We're all getting screwed up. Rise, no. I'm not the tinfoil hat kind of guy. It can nuke my head. I'm good. I've got enough damage up there already. You can handle it. But your radios, you want your radios to work. You want your communications to work. You want to be able to talk to somebody and find out what's going on, what is happening, where are the emergency resources, how do I get out of town, where do we get our stuff from, because nobody's electronics are going to work. So, Greg, constitutionalist, see, at least you know your rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone needs to learn. Everyone needs to figure out what's going on, what you're allowed to do. I'm seeing more and more of these First Amendment audit guys, online, and
love you too, Cam.
And they're yelling at the cops and this and that. I think there's a way around yelling at them. If you try to be civil at first, a lot of these guys are running right up in their face. I know my rights. Listen, there's a way to do things, man. I've never had to do that when I dealt with the cops, ever. And I've been swatted like 10 times over here. And I've never had to ever deal with cops like that. In my mind, every time you deal with a cop like that in New Jersey, you get slammed to the ground, beat up, and all of a sudden, all the footage disappears. And you got new charges. So we don't do that here in Jersey. But in other states, they're not as aggressive as the Jersey cops. The Jersey cops here, they have something to prove. They got beat up in high school. Their dick's this big. Their wife is sleeping with their best friend. That's 9 times out of 10 what their problem is.
That's all right, Lynn.
There's good ones.
Stopping by.
Good ones out there. It's just we have to start deciding how we can bring everybody together over this common problem, which is nobody asked for any of this. And you guys are going to say, some people out there, they're restreaming. Oh, he's crazy. He's an asshole. He's just ranting. That's cool.
Ghostface.
This is the same shit I was yelling about on top of the hill in Hagerstown, a year and a half ago, when I was like, this is going to get serious. If we don't change it now, they can just take this as far as they want. And how far is far enough until we start standing up and doing something? And by then, there's more troops than people in the neighborhood because we fucked up and waited too long. So you guys have a Second Amendment right. A well-formed militia is necessary to ensure a free state. So that means you can assemble yourselves together officially and call yourself a name. Or you could say nothing, get a little group of you guys in the garage together and call yourselves a neighborhood watch. But I think you guys really should start considering talking to your neighbors, finding out who you are living around, finding people with like-minded things. If they're rocking an American flag, walk up, be like, hey man, I'm on your side, just want to talk to you a little bit about if anything happens, maybe we can get together and help each other. Because resources are going to be low. People are going to go crazy. There are not a lot of people in the world that know how to survive without their internet, that don't know how to survive without their GPS. They can't navigate. They wouldn't know where to find the farthest gas station because they never left their town. All right, we got kids glued to tablets. What the hell are they going to do if the power goes out? So these are huge things. I'm telling you, man. Like,
go insane because they have nothing better to do.
You're taking a bunch of kids in the hood that are already running around destroying Wawas and things like that. Not even in the hood. Wildwood, New Jersey. They were destroying Wawas, a group of teenagers, okay? Yeah. These are kids that have shit to do. Like, they could sit home and play video games, but they decide to go trash things instead. Why? Because there's a gang of them, and there's more of them than there is of the people at Wawa to defend it. So, love. I won't give that out, unfortunately. I don't give out the town I'm in anymore.
No.
I just won't. So, it's nothing against you guys.
Yeah.
It's safer for us. I don't have to deal with harassment.
We've been having a pretty quiet life.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Keep it that way.
It's been nice. We've just been tucked in this little corner.
Yeah.
And we hanging out with the pool and dirt bikes and paintball and what else? We fucking did everything. We're building the bar. We got a pond going, big ass bonfire, barbecue every Saturday and Sunday.
I just like to relax by the fire.
We are in. We're north. There's no other way to hide it. I mean, if you guys could see outside, it's, you'll know it's North Jersey.
Yeah,
there's no sand. Usually the woods, there'll be sand,
there's
in the woods too.
Tell anybody.
But it doesn't matter where we are.
No.
All that matters is that we have nice clear heads and everything's working good. And behind the scenes, there are a lot of good things happening. Old Uncle Bill's in the house now,
Uncle
Debbie.
Bill.
But yeah, so long story short, guys, is we have a lot going on in this country. It is not a myth. It is not a legend. It is not some conspiracy theory. The United States military is actively conducting drills on U.S. soil, and the tanks that you're seeing online, and the Ospreys that are flying in the air, dropping off troops, and the helicopters that are flying around, and the jets. It's all part of it. It's all part of these exercises, okay? The training. This is training that they can't receive anywhere else in the world except your fucking backyard. So conform to them being there because you have to. Was anyone asked if they supported training in their areas? Are they okay with these woke-ass army kids running around with M16s around their kids? Because, I don't know. Can we trust our military establishment right now?
We are happy because we don't have to deal with the drama and the stupid high school bullshit. So
we went through a lot of trouble to put on an act to get rid of some slack,
really
man,
nice,
because when you're around people that are hiding a drug and alcohol addiction and you're trying to figure out why they're acting like this all the time, and then you come and find out about it, a no, I don't want to be friends with you isn't effective, so you have to go nuts. So Grant, if you haven't heard, man, this army isn't your grandpa's army. These kids aren't, they're not ready for what they're going to see. They think this is a career where they go overseas, they hang out for a couple months, tell a bunch of Afghanis what to do, play on base, go out, do a couple missions, and then they come back and go to college and get a grant and all this stuff and join society with absolutely no life skills other than holding the gun. So What other job are they going to get? If they went to school to be a medic, maybe they'll go and, combat medic. Maybe they'll be in the medical industry. But what job is there for an infantryman when they come home from a war, other than a side skill that they're going to learn? So, long story short, man, I don't want to jump on that too long with the woke army. It's just this army isn't the army that our grandfathers fought for this country for. With that wasn't the same army. The World War II soldiers, all these guys, they're not like that. I don't see that in this army. I don't know when that ended, but it's been maybe when they took out beating the crap out of the recruits.
Yeah.
I think when they stopped beating the shit out of recruits, that's when we lost our edge. But now we got to conform. The military has to conform now. I watched an awesome video the other day. It was the pugil sticks. Those sticks with the two ends, like the American gladiators, and they fought with the pugil sticks.
Yeah.
It was this guy Marine versus a female Marine.
Oh.
And needless to say, he ran her over. All right, it was 1 second. Boom, dum, done.
Of course.
So that was just a parody to show you, like, not everything is equal in life, and we have to start accepting that not everything is equal in life. And there are some things and some people that are capable of doing other things, and that other people can't. And instead of being jealous and talking shit because you can't do it, you should appreciate that person is alive and can do it for you. So, just saying, there's a lot of people out there that don't appreciate what they got because they didn't work for it.
Was it a fair like
Mm-mm.
thing? Like, was
body
she
size?
like really small?
Yeah, body size wise.
Like, huge?
No. Body size wise, same body size. I gotta find the clip. It's like I saw it on TikTok or something.
There are some women out there that can.
There's some brutal chicks, yeah, but they're trying to show like it's not as equal as everybody wants it to be, and just because you want it to be like that, it's not going to be like that. You can't always have what you want, and we have to stop conforming to everybody's batshit crazy ideas that they're right no matter what. They're right. If you don't think I'm right, then you're a racist. Then you're this, you're that. It's like, what? How? But it doesn't matter. Like, everybody can say anything they want. That's great. That you have your opinion. You can say whatever you want. If you don't think that anything I'm saying is right, you can look it up yourself. I went through a lot of trouble to find all of this, information. I didn't want to go off videos that people were sending me of like crazy people talking about how aliens are going to come down and abduct us and the military is here to clear the streets, or they're here to get our guns. I don't do that. I'm not doing a conspiracy thing. I'm telling you guys what I found out, which is 18 confirmed states are having drills. I approached this with my theory of why. I believe the UN is about to strike either Iran, China, or Russia. And I think that this is just in preparation for a counter-strike. That's my thought process, okay? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I have a lot of people sending me different theories on what they think. I'm just approaching this with an open mind that I'm hoping it's just a psyop. I'm hoping it's just like, oh, we're going to mess with this other country and show them like, hey, we can deploy our troops right on this spot where you're going to strike if you want. Like, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Like, it's like a show of force, okay?
Hey, Scott.
It's like a show of force. So basically they're running in the room and they're saying, I got the bigger dick. And here it is. So, but it's not, this isn't Biden running the show. I hope you guys all know that. Biden doesn't have the capability or the mind capacity to actually pull off any kind of organization when it comes to war. So these are definitely other people running the show behind the scenes, and he is just a mouthpiece that doesn't even mouthpiece right. So, yes, we should always want to be ready just in case, because you never know. Never know. Grant says Biden is fine. I guess he took his meds today. That's good. Good job, Joe. Maybe they got him in the wheelchair or something. I don't know. That's the only time I see that man fine. As long as he's off his feet, right? If he's sitting down, he's probably good.
Yeah.
Although it's not, if he's on a bicycle seat, it's not a good combo either. And we're just picking on Joe Biden because we can. because he's a laughing stock of the
I
world
don't-
right now.
He's not my president.
He's not my
so.
president. I don't believe in anything that man says. I think he's gotten us into a whirlwind of shit that the United States cannot get out of right now, even if we tried to pay for it. And we need somebody that's going to come in and start this all over. Like, start wiping it out and start from scratch. Yes, Grant, the military should always be ready. Always. And that's why they do their training on Parris Island and, you know, Fort Bragg and all these other all these different naval bases and training facilities.
That's right, B. He wants his ice cream cone.
That's why they have billions of dollars to spend on training. I've never seen it in my lifetime. Maybe somebody could jump in and say, oh yeah, I've seen this in the last 50 years. I can't say I've seen it in the last 40 years. Like I said, the last war that was on our soil was in 1890.
That's right.
So that's a very long time ago, and there's a reason for it. It's because all of our presidents kept us out of bullshit. Except for lately. Last, 40, 50 years, 50, 60 years, let's say. We've been going on a slow downhill decline. I'm with you right there. Oh, Uncle Bill. It's really, it's sad, man. It's sad to talk about your president like that. I want to have pride, like when I talk about my president. I want to be like, man, my president would stand on a horse with an American flag while fireworks were going past him, and bullets whizzing by his head. That's my president. Like, I want to be proud of my president. I don't want to be like, oh, man. Like, when you look at the crowd and Joe Biden falls, everybody's like, oh, shit, he did it again. Damn it. When is he going to learn? Like, where's his aide? Like, the man has to have an aide when he's off camera. Absolutely. The way he walks.
He probably has a cane waiting for him when he goes around the corner. They, give him back his cane because he's not allowed to have it when he comes out to the podium.
And I had hairy legs, and the guys in the pool used to rub them.
No, the kids.
What?
The kids,
the fuck?
The kids in the pool.
The kids
used to rub my hairs because they used to watch them move in the water.
Uncle Joe.
And he likes chocolate ice cream. He had all that chocolate ice cream in his freezer back there.
Despite what it is, that man is representing America right now. And our founding fathers are doing backflips in their grave going, what the fuck are you guys thinking? How many people are in this country? We don't have the sack to all be like, yo, enough is enough. Enough of the games. Enough of the bullshit. Shut the fuck up and start getting to work. Fix the country. We don't give a shit about what you did last year. I don't care if you paid $16 over on your taxes. I don't care. Just get your job done. If you're sitting there fighting all these allegations for 4 years, when do you have time to get your shit done? When do you have time to read bills? You're not reading bills. You're putting your signature on it because someone paid you to.
Hey,
that's the way it looks.
All I can say is everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So if you're for him, that's cool. If you're for Trump, that's cool. We don't have any.
That's great. I rip Biden because he deserves to be ripped.
I personally don't like him.
Deserves to be ripped.
Whatever you decide, that's your decision.
Yep. If you didn't act that way, like people who don't want attention, don't talk. They sit in the corner of the room and you don't even know they're there. People that want attention are doing backflips on cars and jumping in people's faces at Walmart and they want the wrong attention. This guy just gets the wrong attention because he shows up. He shows up and he falls down on the ground, or he asks about ice cream, or he's sniffing some little girl's hair. Don't do this shit and no one will talk bad about it. Like, a president shouldn't be on tape sniffing a little girl's hair. Shouldn't be doing it, period. But to be doing it on tape in front of media, in front of the parents, sniffing some little... What's that, lavender? Like, how creepy is that?
Creepy.
That's creepy.
I wouldn't want
If you're a little girl, man, you just got, nose molested by the president.
I would feel very strange, especially as a little girl.
And, you see it now, man. You see it more of people actually, noticing, Biden's doing this weird shit. Because people bring it out and they show it. And, they show that clip. They're showing that clip because it really happened. He really did some creepy shit. So we should take notice to this, guys. When he was in Senate, what did he get done? He's been in in Congress and in the Senate, whatever, for 40 years, got nothing done. How do we keep a guy like that in position? How do we keep somebody in position who gets nothing done? What is this? A whole Capitol building full of fucking weathermen? Oh yeah, it's gonna rain, or it won't. 50-50 chance today, guys. Go out there, bring an umbrella.
Yeah, and
it could be 100. Could be thunderstorms.
And I understand that it could have been his granddaughter, but you still don't stand there and sniff your granddaughter's hair.
Who's saying okay? It's okay to sniff the kid?
If my grandfather did that to me, I probably wouldn't want to go around him much.
Nope.
But
that's the thing. Nightmares start off as, you know. Ooh, you smell good. Come into my van. You want to see some puppies? Like, who sniffs kids? It's not normal. Nothing we're going through right now in our lifetime is normal. None of this shit is normal. It's not. We're being forced to change. And if we don't conform and we don't obey, then we're punished. When's enough enough? That's all I want to know, man. When's enough enough? I've had enough. I've been having enough for like the last couple years. I've been talking about it. We have a whole YouTube channel about it. We go out there. We try to make a change. Try to help as many people as we can along the way. And we're still in the same position. We still have to deal with the same bullshit government. And we still have to deal with the same conspiracies and the same crazy narratives that they're trying to spin. Why do we need to learn about gay pride? How did it change this country? That's what I want to know. Veterans Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Independence Day. These are national holidays to celebrate. There was a celebration of something. Okay? We're celebrating the independence of the United States. We're celebrating our warriors coming home, or some of them not coming home. You earned a fucking day. You earned your day. Not because you fly a fucking multicolored flag, you get some recognition and flown on on federal buildings. You get flown on federal buildings now for being gay? That's how easy it is? That's the standard we dropped it to? Our grandparents would be flipping the fuck out. That's needless to say. I think we all know that. But it's a different time and a different era. And I don't have anything against gay people. I have something against gay people thinking they have some goddamn privilege. And it's not even the gay community. It's more the trans or the the drag queens and shit. It's more of that side. Because I know a lot of gay people that aren't for all that shit. And they don't like all that nonsense that the trans community is doing with the kids and story time and all that shit. They're against it. The gay community is against it. I do work on some gay customers I have. And it's, we don't refer to them as gay customers. But yes, they are gay. And we do have relationships with them. We have good friends that are gay. And it's like, there's nothing against the gay community. It's the trans and the drag queens that are trying to push their agenda and to make pedophilia acceptable. Yeah. That's the fucking problem. That's the problem.
And don't try to steer children in that direction.
No. And don't conform the government to your fucking ideology. We're not all going to accept it. And that's okay. Because as Americans, we don't have to accept it. We fought for our right to do that. So we don't have to accept it. If you want to try to jam it down our throats, we're going to jam our shit down your throats. Maybe I should rephrase that. I'm going to rephrase that. Oh, man. So, yeah, a whole month dedicated to being gay. It's an accomplishment because they were born that way, right? And that's what they worked for their whole lives, to be the best gay community they can be in. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be funny here, but serious at the same time, because why the fuck do they have a whole month? What'd they do?
We're not saying that the transgenders are pedophiles, and you can't sit there and tell me
not all of them, no, but the ones that are doing story time to kids.
Saying that transgenders aren't pedophiles, because then you're saying that you know that as a fact, that there's no pedophiles that are transgender.
Yeah, that's not real.
And that's not true.
Yeah. So there's actually transgender people and straight people and gay people and all these people that are into kids.
Nobody knows who's a pedophile until they show their true colors.
Right. And then I just looked up and seen that the governor of Maryland was arrested on 40-something counts of pedophilia and resigned. I saw that story. I think I confirmed that with Junior at some point on here. We confirm that, and that's pretty crazy in itself, man. But why is it all these politicians are getting nabbed for pedophilia? And how do you get into a position of power like that with these allegations chasing you all these years and never coming out? How many people do you have to pay off to get to that? Anybody ever think of this? Because it doesn't just happen naturally. We don't just wake up knowing that that guy raped a kid and say, I'm not going to tell anybody. How many people you got to hush up? You know?
Well, Sterling, right. I don't think that would work out because we have a lot of OGs in the homes, and they don't really go for stuff like that. They weren't raised like
Park.
that.
I'm sorry, correction, guys. It was the ex-mayor of College Park. For some reason, I thought it was the governor. I got to check my picture that I sent him.
I'm just saying that probably wouldn't work out.
And Grant, listen, I'm not for either side. I'm not Republican, Democrat, liberal, nothing. I'm nothing. I want change. I'm a guy that's tired of the bullshit. I don't give a fuck what you call yourself. You come out with the right shit and you can prove yourself to me like you're going to get into office and do something. In the first month you're there, I want to see all these fucking changes you're talking about. Or don't bullshit me for another 2 years. I want to see it immediately. If you can't do shit immediately, you got no fucking power, you got nothing in the government, you might as well be another Joe Schmo off the street.
Yeah, Sterling, that's it. We need to leave the children alone. That's it. Leave them alone. Leave
the kids alone. There's not a lot of hate in here, man. It's mostly I have a problem with the way things are going on and how we're being lied to. If you can't see that you're being lied to over the last couple years, I'm not here to wake you up. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to tell you what I've seen and what I've been dealing with. I'm getting phone calls of where we're going to meet up, what radio frequency you on, what kind of gear you carrying, all this stuff. I've been getting crazy texts and emails for the last 2 days. You got 24 to 48 hours before an EMP burst. I don't know what's real, man. I don't know what's real, but is it crazy to prepare for anything? Like, to be prepared? It's not crazy to be prepared. Do you want to not have it and need it, or have it and not need it? Because I'd rather have it and not need it than not need it and have it, you know?
Yeah. Might as well be prepared for it.
It doesn't make sense to sit back and just be like, the government will fix it. I trust them.
To not be prepared for it, and it actually does happen.
If you're trusting the government right now, you're in the wrong channel. You're in the wrong channel. You don't even bother listening to me, because I don't trust the government at all. They're saying, look over here. Everybody's, oh, look at that. Oh, they shot a balloon down from China. What's the balloon doing up there? Oh, they said it was a UFO.
Well, it's like that movie I just watched. What was the name of that movie? Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. The funny one, yeah. But it's serious because that's how brainwashed.
It was a political comedy movie, but really that's what's going on. Half of you would have looked up, and half of you would have looked at the ground.
Refused to look up.
Even though it was right there in front of your face, you still didn't see it. Not you.
Not you guys personally.
Not you guys. But it was kind of like a generalization of different people.
But see, like, listen, this is what we have to get back to is we need a president in office who's been to war, who's seen the bloody effects, how it tears neighborhoods and people apart, the feeling that it is to kill somebody and have to live with that the rest of your life. We need a soldier who battled for this country to run this country, because that's the only person who's not going to get us into war. They're going to do everything diplomatically possible to keep us out of war. No collusions, no being paid off, no washing dirty money, no hiding laptops with crack in it. You know, none of that shit. Just good old-fashioned leadership. We have them. There are good leaders in this country, and they're not being put into office on purpose. Because the government doesn't want good leaders. They want control of those people. So they're like, oh, you could be governor. Not you. No, what are you saying? You're saying lower taxes? No. I don't like you. We need more money. So this guy who's saying we're going to do whatever the government says, that's the guy we're going to hire. So now what we need is somebody sneaky who pretends they're playing on the government side, gets in the office and changes it. That's what we need. We need to start thinking. How do we do this a better way? Let's play their fucking game. Let's play their games. But I'm going to wrap this up, guys. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys for a little while. But I'll never die on my knees. I'll die on my feet fighting, facing forward. I'll never run away. So remember that. If you guys do want to meet up, if you guys do have any suggestions or any ideas on what is going on or any more information, if you have videos or pictures of military movements in your area, please hit me up, jerseyj2022@gmail.com, and I'll put these on the internet. I want to show the people what's going on the ground. If you think something bigger is happening in your town and you want me to come out there, let me know. I can look into it. We can see about traveling out there. We can't go too far right now because of everything going on in the background, but I will do my best to get to where I can. But again, thank you guys all for coming out here tonight. I love you.
I love you guys too.
The beautiful Jen. Look how pretty she is. What? Are you embarrassed now? She's embarrassed. See? She shut all up and stuff. Ah, babe.
Would you stop? All right.
But I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Guys. Thank you. And we'll be around. We didn't go anywhere.
Just smack that like, share, subscribe on the way out of here.
Yeah, hit that like button.
And yo, look at this. I know, man. Listen, Charles Rowland.
I got one too. Yeah.
Did the comic itself went woke? I'd be so pissed.
I got to get more.
So
I
mad.
want more on my arm here.
That's Charles Rowland's
yeah,
work
so
right here.
I'm gonna come see you eventually and get some more.
We're actually not too far from you this weekend, but it was Father's Day, and I was hanging out with somebody who was very special to us. Our Pop-Up. Shout out to Pop-Up Billy. Awesome guy. Helped us change our brakes on our car. We helped him with his driveway.
Thank you, Uncle Bill.
So
we love you guys too.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we're gonna get going. And I'll expect to see us soon. We're gonna be on a little bit more now. We have some more stuff. But I love you, and have a great night.
Bye, guys.